Hey everyone, it's MaxPowerTen here, and I have some advanced Call of Duty tips for you. If you're a decent Call of Duty player now, you're looking to improve your gameplay and up your stats, hopefully these tips will help. And I got these tips by interviewing some really good Call of Duty players, and they gave me a lot of feedback and how an average player can improve their gameplay and become a much better player. So tip number one is to get in the zone and get focused. Make sure you're comfortable when you're playing. You're fairly close to television, and it's important to have those crosshairs at eye level, meaning you want the dead center of your television at eye level. If you're looking up, down, or left or right to the TV, it's going to affect your accuracy. You'll be better aiming if you're looking right at the center. Make sure your controllers, your headset, any equipment you're using is charged and clean. You don't want to be swapping batteries in the middle of the game, and you don't want Lay's potato chip grease all over your controller. Check your sound levels, make sure they're comfortable. Your mics, your headsets, and the lighting is good. You don't need the sun glaring on your television. And the other thing is you want to do is try to eliminate the distractions around you. Whether you have to you don't want to be on the phone or on your computer or tweeting. I know a lot of people like to multitask and do several things at once, but if you want to have a good game and post up a good score, eliminate the distractions around you. And this is a bailout game. I'm playing with Codrod here, Domination. And right when I threw that smoke a few seconds ago, I got a phone call. So right now I'm on the phone. And I know I just kind of stopped gameplay, and I'm switching between the controller and the phone. So now I got to adjust the phone, grab the controller, and it's affecting my aim, and it affects my ability to play. So like I said, I know like a lot of people like to multitask, and you get the music in the background, and you're talking to your friends. But if there's someone on the other team that's equally skilled as you, and they're concentrating in the game and they're not, they're going to do better than you, and they're going to have a better score, and they're going to probably keep killing you, and which will frustrate you. So definitely make sure you eliminate a lot of those distractions around you. And if you're someone who generally plays with a lot of distractions, if you eliminate them, hopefully you'll see your scores go way up. So again, right here, I have to put down the phone and grab the controller, and it has an effect on my aim. This guy jumping out of the window, so right here I'm having trouble getting on him because I just grabbed the controller back, and fortunately I'm able to put him down, but the next guy that comes around I'm not. And I end up losing my kill streak and losing the flag. And actually for this game, I think towards the end of the game we were losing, and I actually had to put the person on hold and put the phone down and grab my controller and just concentrate just to come back and grab enough points to help win the game.
Care package on the way.
Tip number two, everything's COD. This is basically your knowledge of Call of Duty. You want to know the sights and sounds of the game, basically the difference between a claymore being planted and a bomb being defused, or the shot of an intervention over a Barrett. Know the gun stats, and I don't mean the gun stats within the created class menus, but know how a silencer affects an M16 over the holographic sight, or how specific perks work with specific weapons, or where in the body a one-shot kill for each sniper rifle is. The difference between the clip size of a TAR versus a SCAR. Recognize the different avatars. Militia, Op 4, someone whose a primary weapon is a sniper versus an assault rifle versus a SMG. And definitely know the maps, very critical. Knowing choke points, camping spots, power points within the map. CallOfDuty.wikia.com has a lot of information, a lot of gaming groups. If you join a gaming group, share information. But definitely the more you know about the game should impact or reflect within your in-game decisions. So knowledge is definitely key there. Tip number three, know thy enemy. And what you want to do here is in the first 60 to 120 seconds of the game is get a sense of what that enemy team is doing and how they're approaching the game. What are their game tags and clan tags? If they all have the same clan tag, then it's likely they've played together and they're going to use some type of squad tactics. So they'll be a bit more tactful than a group of just random players. What are their guns and the attachment? I mean, if half the team are using thermal scopes, or half the team's using heartbeat monitors, you're going to want to make sure you pick a class that counters that. What are their perks, kill streaks, and death streaks? I mean, if you're playing Search and Destroy and no one's using Ninja, then I would put on a heartbeat monitor. If enemy player number 1, he calls in a Harrier and an AC-130, well, did he call in a Predator missile? Or is he going for a nuke? You know, if the sniper on the enemy team is running martyrdom, make sure you're aware of that and communicate that with your teammates. What are their habits? The camping, new tubes, are using some type of squad tactics, and how do they position and control the map? You know, if you have a group of hard-nosed campers, you're going to have to be a little bit more patient and ninja-like as you approach that game. And read the kill feed and look at the kill cams in the beginning of the game and get a sense of, you know, who the dominant players on the other team are and what their loadout is. So a good Call of Duty player is going to adjust their game style and their gameplay based on what the enemy team is doing and those enemy players are doing. So here, game of Capture the Flag, this guy switches over to a one-man army, danger close, noob tube class, and so I'm not going to keep rushing the flag and getting it if he's going to sit up there and just camp and noob tube down. So I adjust my class accordingly and, you know, switch over to a sniper and just get him out of his camping spot. Let somebody else grab the flag. Tip number 4 are the try-hard classes, and you should have 1 or 2 of these set up within your class build in the case that you need to just kind of take control of the game or generate a kill streak. These classes tend to have a little bit more dominance over other classes. So for blue perk, sleight of hand, red perk, stock and power, and I would use the UMP or the TAR with a silencer, the M16 of the FAMAS with red dot, and the AK-47 and hardline in place of my red perk if I have the AK. Scavenger is another good blue perk. If that's the case, you might want to consider pistol as your secondary so you can switch to it quickly since you don't have the fast reload of Sleight of Hand Pro. And also a ghosting class, which is cold-blooded ninja and a silenced weapon. If the enemy's constantly calling in UAVs, it's good to have a ghosting class. Then Semtex stun grenades with claymores as your equipment. I mean, if you have scavenger, claymores are great. You can kind of post up in a position and just go for a kill streak.
UAV recon standing by. Repeat, UAV recon.
Tip number 5, positioning. And according to the slayers that I interviewed, positioning is key to getting a high yield of kills and getting your kill streaks. So how you move throughout the map, how you attack the enemy players is very important. Hug walls, you know, just don't get in the middle of the map. Flank the enemy as much as possible. You know, it's much easier to kill somebody by shooting them in the back or the side than it is taking them head on. Use cover. Stay behind your enemies. You stay behind your teammates. You know, you let them go first and you follow. Change directions, meaning, you know, don't hold up in the same places. You know, don't always take the same paths. And then you choose to take the higher ground, or at the very least don't give the higher ground up to the enemy players, because the higher ground generally gives a tactical advantage. And then avoid the choke points. You know, you want to know where the choke points of the map are, and you want to make sure that you can cover them, but you don't want to wind up in them yourself. So here, domination game on Scrapyard, and as I move through the map, I'm kind of moving in a clockwise pattern, and I'm not really double backing. Here we have a UAV up. I can see the guy in the UAV, so I'm just going to wait and let him come to us, let him come to me, so I can take him out. And again, I continue to move through the map, and I can see my teammates on the screen as well, so I know if it's safe to go forward. And I can see this guy to my right, so I kind of use some cover. And the enemy takes B at us, so I'm going to rush with my teammates for B. And I'm actually going to, instead of taking them head on, I'm going to flank here. But as I do, I see IW402 is also flanking, so I decide to cut off, change my direction here, and cover our flank. And I'm able to get a couple more kills in. And finally, tip number 6 is to play with a doppelganger, which is, you know, basically an alter ego. So find a buddy or a person online and coordinate with them, and, you know, set up classes and objectives and kind of counter each other. So your doppelganger will have some low kill streaks, the UAVs by countering UAVs, while you have the Harriers, the Pavlos, and the AC-130s. He attacks head on while you flank. In a breach, he's the first in while you follow. And for objective game, he plants and disarms and captures while you provide cover and defend. And he takes out the air support, the enemy air support, while you call it in. And a combination of, you know, 2 people working together, countering each other can have a significant impact on the game. So Here's just a quick example of you know, Codrod's going to go in first, and I'm going to go in second for a breach. And Codrod's really the stronger player, so he would go in second. But this is, for this example, we're just going after this camper up here. So he goes in, draws him out, and I take out the camper. So hopefully these tips help you improve your gameplay, and you can be that that person or that group, that team, that duo that makes that other team rage quit. So we hope to follow this up with some more videos of example gameplay, but I hope these tips help, and until next time, MaxPower out. Thanks for watching.
Oh, they joined.
Your work is appreciated. Well done.